साहब नहीं आए? Please start, Gawel.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I have great pleasure to talk about documentation. My name is Gawel, and I'm a specialist at Bengal University of Turkey. And documentation is special case of anaerobic digestion, which means that we use anaerobic bacteria to decompose organic waste. In case of anaerobic digestion, fully anaerobic digestion, it's four-step process, which in the end produce methane. In dark fermentation, we stop this methane phase, the last phase, the fourth phase, usually by proper treatment, so preparation of bacterial layer. If we stop in this acidogenesis phase, this is process called dark fermentation. Dark fermentation, which is going to produce hydrogen. The production of hydrogen, which would be replaced to fossil fuels, is very relevant case and big scientific problem that it would like to be solved among the waste over pollution. So dark fermentation can be because the good substance, good feed are organic waste, usually from food, from bioorganic waste, coming from industry after the usage like leather, lignocellulose, and this is it. But for this preparation, the substance need to be prepared. Usually, because usually are biopolymers, which long chain, some glycerol, fats, proteins, and polysaccharides like cellulose, starch. All these compounds needs to be hydrolyzed first. Otherwise, bacteria will not digest them efficiently. Yes, it will digest somehow, but not very much. Therefore, we hydrolyze this, and this is first step. And this hydrolysis can be in different matter. Acidic by acid, mechanical by special high concentrated acid like sulfuric acid and or alkaline, but then wheat to be prepared that it is sufficiently to be digested to bacteria. This hydrogenophilic bacteria likes acidic pH, but not too low pH, because below pH of 4, hydrogen production also doesn't occur because it's too low to this bacteria. The pH of optimal is between 5 and 6 from hydrophilic bacteria. This means that substrate needs to be and reacting to be in this level. So overall feed need to be at this pH. And bacteria needs to be in proper temperature, because usually the most efficient are one from thermophilic, which are 55 degrees Celsius to 60 degrees Celsius. Other is mesophilic, most common because almost situation is enough heat and require only 36 to 40 degrees. So very, in case of Egypt or India, is very good because no needed to be and extra heated, and we can produce this hydrogen. Also, they are psychrophilic, which means suitable for extremal territory like Himalayas or where temperature is 20 degrees to 30, but have much smaller efficiency in the down mesophilic or thermophilic. But coming back to this, as when we add the make hydrolysis and prepare single organic like fructose or glucose is the best for bacteria. Then bacteria will digest this in high efficiency, producing up to including to producing in 4 pathways. Butyric, which is beside hydrogen, is butyric acid production, and which is least efficient because 2 moles of hydrogen from 12 hydrogen molecules occur in glucose, but is most probably most natural due to Jeep's energy because it's the lowest. Of course, there occur also propionic and acetic, where propionic and acetic acid occurs, but acetic pathway, however, produce even 4 hydrogen, so giving the efficiency of 33%, even theoretically maximal. This is least probable due to high Gibbs energy, but still more negative. The higher production of hydrogen is impossible due to positive than occurring the Gibbs energy. The dark fermentation also can occur in some cases without pretreatment, and it occurs in natural way. For example, first example list, for example, teeth, because if you digest some meal, it will list, and you don't clean properly by toothbrush, some rest will stay on the layer on your teeth. This food rest will be in some time infected by bacteria which occurs in your mouth. These bacteria, after occurring, are kind of hydrophilic. So digesting this will produce also this acid, destroying your first layer of teeth and making holes. And these holes will come bacteria and some food. In their holes are excellent anaerobic conditions that allows stimulate hydrogen production. If hydrogen production is too big, your teeth will collapse, and this is why your teeth is destroyed after being bacteria because they eat this sugar, which is the most efficient. And more drastic case is gangrene. If you put gangrene infected by gangrene, so bacteria for Clostridium perfringens, which are one of most dangerous bacteria that produce hydrogen, but for producing hydrogen, because Clostridium bacteria are mostly strictly bacteria which are high efficient, most efficient bacteria in case of hydrogen production. And if infected body is and part of body you touch, you listen some noises. These noises are result of hydrogen that is inside this vessel, inside this part of bodies. And this is result in so harsh, huge production that body can explode as it appeared in 16th century during after burial of King Henry VIII, the King of England, in 16th century. The production of hydrolysis needs to be digested. However, we know that for lignocellulose, for 1 kilogram of biomass, we don't produce so much hydrogen like methane because methane production uses every compound produced from acidosis. So not only carbon, hydrogen, but also acetic acid, butyric acid, transformed to methane. That's why it's much higher efficiency. And this is the one disadvantage. But that fermentation can utilize mass waste. And this is the advantage. Other methods produce hydrogen, but very capricious to time because they need some energy, usually. Extra energy like microbial cell or extra light that remains that you're unable to produce hydrogen to ignite, they're unable to demand. Also, there is pyrolysis, but it pyrolysis needs temperature up to 200 Celsius. So this is the trouble. Thank you very much.